It's Music Scene Investigation. Rich Wildman here. Glad to see everybody out there today. I think it's going to be a good day. I certainly hope you're having a good day wherever you may happen to be in the world. Today's broadcast is going to be good. I have it on good authority. Those guys over there told me it would be just fine if I went ahead and said that, so I did. It's all good from here. Glad to have you with us. Music Scene Investigation, where we take indie music from those artists who care to submit it from all around the world. We'll take 3 new songs randomly selected, put them in front of our panel, and let them have their say about it. When I say their say, I mean review and critique, of course. I don't mean they're going to, well, never mind. You'll find out all about it as we get things going today. However, first of all, I want to introduce our panelists to you. So I'm going to start out in New York City with Mr. Tom Chianti. Hey, Tommy, how are you, sir?
Good day, sir. Good evening, other sirs. I am feeling fine, and I must compliment you, Rich. That burnished silver headset is awesome. When you turn to the side, you remind me of some sci-fi pictures version of a robot with the thing implanted on the side of his head.
You
I
know,
forget.
I gotta tell you though, Tommy, I gotta give all the credit to Sennheiser because these are Sennheiser headphones and I love them.
Oh, I had an incident with. Was it Sennheiser?
I don't know,
No, it
Tommy.
wasn't. So never mind. AES last year, I ran and interviewed so many people that I didn't know who I was.
Did you run anybody over in that little go-go tractor thing they gave you?
You know something? This is New York because when the crowd got too big and I just had to wait until it cleared up, people started just leaning on me.
Really?
And I'm just so glad that, they don't allow smoking at these things anymore because people were putting cigarettes out on me.
Well, you know, the easiest way to stop that is to carry a gun, Tommy. It's New York after all.
Oh, well, I'm Sicilian. I do have my knife.
All right. Well, Tommy, it's good to see you, and certainly am glad to see you're doing well. Let's go to London now, across the pond. It's a very quick flight as we have a charter jet all lined up, and meet Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Rich?
I'm overworked, underpaid. You know the drill.
Uh, wouldn't want to go there. It's a show. We're having fun now, right?
It's true. It's true. Looks like you have a different shirt for today. Planet with a ship sailing away from it, or maybe a sun. I don't know.
It's the Lego space logo.
Ah, I had no idea.
But I can beat your headphones as well.
How so?
I got a little present sent to me in the post this week by Mr. Ian Blackwood,
Do tell.
who stars on our show sometimes. And if I put my head down, you can see what it says on the top of them.
It says Shroud Rats. It's
It's a
upside
Star
down.
Wars.
It's
It's
upside
upside down.
down. Yeah.
But if you look at the side of them as well, let me see if I can do this.
It's
that?
R2D2's best buddy in the world.
It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader Star Wars headphones.
Now, those
Cool.
are they a one-off or can anybody get them or what?
As far as I know, anyone can get them, but remarkably surprised by the sound quality as well. Actually, I have to say, because you think they're branded headphones, they're not going to be that expensive, but the sound quality is absolutely brilliant from them.
Well, we know one thing because they sound very good. It is a positive that they're not Beats.
It is, it is, and Ian says he's got a couple of pairs of these himself, and he swears by them as well. So yeah, Star
They,
Wars headphones,
they
the way
must be.
forward.
Did they actually say on the packaging anywhere who produces them for Star Wars?
Hang about.
I'm curious because if they really sound good, they might be costs or something like that.
Manufactured by Funkotronics.
Well, there you go. Funkotronics are better than Beats.
I've never heard of
Now,
Funkotronics personally.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they're not bright yellow and red.
Walter out in the chat room is asking if anybody actually has a pair of Beats. And got to be honest with you, Walt, I don't know that anybody on our panel would actively seek out a pair of Beats, honestly. Ian, would you?
Well, we'll all get one when we buy a new Apple product.
I suppose that's true. But until then, would you actively seek out a pair of Beats and purchase a pair?
I've listened to a couple of pairs. You know, I've got friends who swear by them, and I think for certain types of music, then they're really quite cool. But I don't think they're a general headphone for me that I would want. I want something with a more balanced sort of spectrum of sound. I find Beats very bass heavy,
Yeah.
and that's not always what I want to hear from headphones.
Right. How about you, Tom? What do you think of Beats and their headphones as we're on the topic?
I agree with Ian. Anything that sounds real good in only one kind of music is not good for a studio that handles all kinds of music.
That's a good point. That is a real good point. All right, before we get to our guest panelist and introduce him or her, actually, it's a him. You already know that, though. You've seen the calendar at the site, and you know who's on the show. I want to talk to Ian and find out what the witness statement said from last week. Ian, what do we have in the way of statements?
Well, it was kind of an easy one this week. Everyone agreed with us. 100% people went with song two, the Outside by the Tom Project, which was rather strange considering we had Tom Chianti and Tom Oswald as panelists, and we voted a band called the Tom Project, the song of the week.
And the other funny thing about it, actually, is the fact that the audience themselves broke a tie to select the winner that week.
They did, and neither Tom went with the Tom Project. That was me.
Yeah, that's what he was even more unique about it. Very
random show.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. One of the people in the chat room said, I saw those headphones in Walmart in the toy department. Came with a microphone to make your voice sound deep and scary. Did you actually get the microphone with yours, Ian?
No, I just got the deep and scary voice anyway.
Yeah, well.
What I don't like is like when you're listening to stuff, it sounds like there's constant breathing in the background.
Never mind. It could be our guest panelist who joins us today from Worldwide Indie Radio.
Sorry.
That's what he does when he calls me on the phone all the time. It's Mr. Mark Lamdanski. Hey, Mark, how are you, sir?
Hey, it's good to be here. And yes, I'm underworked and overpaid.
That seems to be happening to everybody.
Yes. Then I woke up.
Yeah, really. So things going well with you, everything in Worldwide Indie Radio. I know I tune in every week at least once or twice. I assume that everything is just kicking over there.
Kicking. Yeah, no, everything's fine. Twitter Tuesday Live is kicking. It would be great if we had more listeners on a regular basis tuning in to hear some of the awesome music that we have on rotation. But, we're very happy that we have such a great audience tuning in every week for our award-winning show. I'm sorry, I have to stick that in there. And I know that's what she said. It's going good. And, we have our Twitter Tuesday Live family, and you, of course, Rich, are the grandfather of the family. And
are you saying I'm old? Is that now? I want to get to the bottom of this. Are you saying I'm old? Is that what you're saying?
No, just you're grumpy and intrusive.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure Mark wasn't saying I was old.
Shut up, Grandad, and let the whippersnapper get on with it.
Yes. But yes, thank you for asking. Everything's going great. We had a great show last week with Spaceship Days. Their video December won Video of the Year at the Carolina Music Awards, and so we had them on the show. It was great. And of course, yours truly, hi there, I introduced that video. So my mug has been seen well over 150,000 times so far because of that video.
I think that there's a conspiracy there, which is why they actually got the whole Video of the Year thing. I think it's a conspiracy. What happened was, I think Chuck, Chuck from Spaceship Days, he went around and it may have been on Twitter, but I know I got a private email or a private message which said to get rid of mice, that the intro to that video would be very helpful.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, yeah. It is what it is. So now I know also that that a couple of weeks from now, I'm actually going to be with you and Carol and Darlene, I believe, on the broadcast on Twitter Tuesday Live, right?
I don't think Darlene has agreed to that yet, but
She hasn't.
but if she would like to join us, that would be great. We would love to have her on there.
See, her and I had a plan to kind of take over and do the interview aspect of it, put you and Carol in the hot seat.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be the first time, Rich. We've been put in the hot seat before. I don't know if you remember the Buse sisters being on the show, and they kind of took over things.
I do. Actually, I do.
Yes. So, but it would be very interesting, though, having you asking us the questions, or Darlene, actually, because she can be one tough cookie.
Yeah, she can be. She can be. Now, I think that her doing an English Australian accent asking the questions would be even better.
Well, she's from Canada. All she needs to do is just follow each sentence with A.
That's offensive, Mark. That really, no, I'm kidding, of course.
I've got a question for you, Mark.
Yeah.
If you were stuck on a desert island, right?
Oh, no. I've already
Anyway.
actually answered that question, and that was it was a gun and with one round in it, and then 2 extra rounds, just in case the first one misses.
I was going to say, you're that bad of a shot. I don't understand. Now, I do want to follow up because I know that Twitter Tuesday Live is a great show, and I like I say, I watch it and listen to it every week. I actually watch the screen, hoping at one point in the future to see you or Carol pop up, but no one ever does, so I have to listen to it. But is there any chance we will see video from you guys in the future?
Well, technology wise, we don't have that ability. But I don't know. There's this guy I know, Rich Wildman, who maybe can help us out. If he wants to help us out, we'd be willing to do it.
Well, maybe we can talk to him sometime and maybe figure that out or something.
He's hard to
Now,
work with.
yeah, he is. I hear that all the time. So you have to be
Yes.
careful with that. Now,
Notice how quiet I've been through this whole mission, Magash?
I've noticed this, Tom. I've noticed this. That's because you're easy to work with.
No, that's because a couple of weeks ago in hospital, I had a standoff with a surgeon who had a knife, and I was unarmed. So he taught me some patience.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Now, Mark, aside from Worldwide Indie Radio, you also have recently put on air, and are running a new streaming station as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's it is running on air. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not 100%. We're streaming. We're working out all the kinks. We're inserting all the voice track points. We're getting some people hopefully to come in and do voice tracking. It's an 80s station. It's called Totally Tubular Radio. And I know people out there going, well, I thought you wanted to focus on indie music. Yeah, well, we did, and we do. We've been doing it for 4 years, and we've helped out people, thanks to the show. But we've discovered over these 4 years that it's hard to keep an audience tuned in to music that they just don't know, that they're not familiar with, that isn't being pounded into them on mainstream radio. So, Carol and I, our goal is to get as many of those awesome bands out there heard. But they're not being heard if people are not tuning into the station. So what we've decided to do is to create an 80s station in the hopes that we can build up an audience and then stick in indie music. Indie Hour, I was telling Ian earlier that one of the things we'd like to do is to have independent artists submit their covers of 80s music, and we can do like a before and after. This is what Duran Duran sounded like, and this is the cover by so and so. And we're still going to do Twitter Tuesday Live. We haven't decided yet whether we're going to start phasing out Worldwide Indie Radio or not. But the whole point is we want to get the indies heard. And in order to do that, we've got to have the audience. And so we're trying a different route. to see if this works, because as awesome and as much as we love Worldwide Indie Radio, it's just not keeping a large enough audience to get the exposure we want.
Man, you're ruthless.
I know. That's bad. I know.
And then after you give them a taste of 80s, it's bait and switch time. That's 1-2 punch.
That's right.
Now, actually, the thing that I find intriguing about this, obviously, 80s music is very popular. And it seems like that more and more today, there are a lot of indie bands cutting their teeth on doing covers of these 80s songs as well. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to get exposure for these indie bands as well. I mean, a lot of indie bands do covers, right, Mark?
Oh, yeah, they do. And we have some excellent covers. Even live, I heard a few weeks ago, Big Kettle Drum did a cover of a Eurythmics song. And it was great. And I told them, you got to get that recorded and send it to me, and we'll add that to our list. But, you know, and they don't just cover it. They make it their own. You know, it's not, they're just not reproducing the original song. They're twisting it up. They're adding a different beat. They're adding a more updated feel to it and making it their own. And that's what we're looking for when we are looking for covers. We don't want someone just going out there and imitating their favorite artist.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And, you know, indie bands today, you see a lot of them. In fact, I just watched a Finnish band, a band from Finland, for those of you in Rio Linda, as Rush Limbaugh says, who did a bluegrass version of AC/DC's Thunderstruck that I thought was very cool. So, you know, things like that is what indie bands bring to the mix. It's a unique take.
There's a whole CD of that done already. There's a band called Hayseed Dixie.
That's I think,
who done all AC/DC and stuff in bluegrass style.
Yeah,
been done. Old hat.
Very cool to listen to, though.
Very cool.
Here he goes again. Nothing new. I've heard it before.
That's what Ian always says. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So anyway, that's the way that goes. And Tommy is the guy who notices all of these things before anyone else does, because he has that big screen in front of him and everybody else just has a small one.
Well, actually, it's 2 big ones, soon to be followed by a 3rd.
That's why you need to seek medical help, Tommy.
Rich, stop the show.
All right, stopping the show, and Ian has the floor, I think.
We've got a guest in the chat room, 26958555687. Who we're chatting with, and they've had to refresh their page to start the show again, but they've missed 3 minutes. They want to know, can we do them 3 minutes again, please?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. All right, so then, Mark, aside from Worldwide Indie Radio, you also have started a new project, a new station, a new streaming radio station. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the wrong guy.
All right, fast forwarding to the present day. We'll now ask everybody to put their listening heads on. We actually have some great music for everybody to listen to, if I do say so myself. And I never say so myself, so why would I today? You just never know what you're going to get here on Music Scene Investigation. That's all there is to it. And I'm not going to ruin the surprise. But I will tell you that right now we are ready to listen to the first track of the day. So, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to listen to it as I play it for our audience. Here it is, everyone. This is track number 1 on today's MSI. Enjoy it, everyone.
I will be in the grave. If words could break me down, then I will be a slave to these fools' opinions, demonic minions. But they giving me the fuel to start my engine. Inhale the smoke and snort the dust. I gotta keep going so my kids don't rust. Karma is who I trust and money makes me blush. They telling me calm down, Reem, it's no rush. But everything they hand me is about to get flushed. Stagnation, damnation. My examination is that I grew up in a weak generation. We all getting screwed. Deep penetration, brain diffused. Run a poison we taking. Everybody say they real, but we all be faking. Say it's a sin. If y'all go to heaven, I don't wanna make it in. Just trying to make a comeback, but they don't want that. When they tell me go to hell, I say been there, done that. Lose your cool, kill it for it, makes you a bigger fool. Knock them off their pedestal, even with a mad face. Now they see you when it's like they got a bad taste in their mouth. Oh, but no words come out. Puffin', puffin', wine and pout. Every day I wake up ready for another bout. At odds with negativity and war without. I strive for longevity, tell them what I'm about. Or this barrel of crabs, making so little progress, starting to drag. We all under attack, but you couldn't even tell from the way people act. Go ahead, keep talking, I walk on by. Try to chase me down and I'ma start to fly. After I get this bread, they gon' dump on your head. When I get started, they gon' think I need meds. Attack the status quo, doubts gotta go. Don't worry about what I'm doing, you ain't gotta know. No, more flash and show, more passion to get your bow jiggle along. Keep step dancing, why they all laughing? What you should be asking, how you better than me? Who you think you harassing? Stop the attitude, they're raking in this rude. But for bust the move, you can water down the truth so it goes down smooth. I'ma take it straight like I got something to prove. Sit there with watery eyes, trying to play it cool. Wait, something must be wrong. No, they're coming on strong. Then I threw up, and out came the words to the song. And I was wasting time all along. I'm gone.
There is track one opening today's MSI, and we're going to find out what our panelists have to say about it, starting out things with Ian. Let's go over and see what he says. Ian, what do you think of track number one?
Darth Vader approves. Yeah. Is it really Darth Vader? No, but seriously, that sounded great. Really, it's, what a great groove. It's got that summer vibe to it. And I haven't got much bad to say about it, to be honest. Bass clarity was nice. Top end was nice and crisp. The vocal was in exactly the right place for my liking in the mix. If we're getting really critical, I felt the piano in the intro was a little bit too bright for my liking. But, when the rest of the track came in, it worked and it was fine. Like the addition of the female vocalist, that worked too. The rapping was tight. Lyrically, it hasn't struck me as, wow, that's genius, that's brilliant. But, it had a nice little hook on the chorus there. And, a good length. As I said, I really haven't got much bad to say about this. The mix was generally strong. The production was slick, as was the performances. So, great track to start with.
All right, Ian, I appreciate that. Thank you. Over to Mr. Tom Chianti and his thoughts. Tommy, what do you think?
I'm confused. On my studio monitors, it seemed the female vocal was loud and to the left. And when I put my headphones on, it was more centralized, and the same thing when I put it in mono, as was everything else. The mix, as Ian said, is good. It's very clear, separated, and there's not coherency for me. Everything is clear and separated, and you could hear it, but the production seemed to be a little uncoordinated. Rapping style is cool, but I would have expected something a little bit more heavy, like doubling or something. And just the chorus guitar was too loud on the left. I mean, it's got a lot of really good things. Like, I think this guy should just, sit down and get to know the song and just do it. He's got the chops to really make this a better organized track. That's what engineers can do. But, it's got a good groove. I can dance to it.
Now, I've always said, Tommy, we will never say that. It's got a good beat and you can dance to it. So you take that back. Take it back.
I take it back.
Okay.
And the
But
thought,
it-
the
yeah,
thought of
it-
you dancing is not good for viewers.
That's a very true thing to say, Ian. I agree with that. So now, Tommy,
Okay.
what do you want to say now?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
someone in the
since
chat's going now.
You're all jumping in. I guess I'm done.
Look in the chat. Look, hey Chianti, go easy, man. That was a solid tune. You're starting controversy now, Tom.
Well, I didn't say it was bad. I said it was wrong.
All right, well, we'll give that to Tommy. We got to. I mean, he is Sicilian after all, and who knows what he'll do if we don't. Let's go to Mark Lamdanski and find out what he thinks. Mark, what do you think of track number one?
I had a whole thing planned out in my head, and then the thought of Tom dancing kind of went in there, and it's just all gone now. Tom, get out of my head, man. No, it was good. I'm not a big fan of rap, but this guy did a good job. The background singer had a really nice voice. I like the harmonies. Has a good hook. It seemed a bit busy in the background for me at points. Too much going on behind the rapping. I don't know if that's just the way it's supposed to be, that style. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not very educated and versed on rap. But otherwise, though, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I agree a lot with what Ian said. I, of course, don't hear the things that Tom says.
Wait. Does that mean you don't hear what Tom says, or you don't hear what he says about the song because in the song itself that you're listening to?
That's what I meant. Yeah, thinking back, I could have used some better verbiage on that one. But yes, I hear what you're saying, Tom. I just don't hear what you're referring to. There you go.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't hear what you're saying. I got it.
I'm listening, but I'm not hearing.
Tom, your mouth is moving. I don't hear anything.
Wah, 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 wah. Overall, good tune, and if it was sent to me at WWIR, I would accept it. It would be on rotation.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you. And I'll take and introduce that track. The name of this track, for everybody's information, is called No Time by Jay Reem. Jay, we appreciate you sending that track in to Music Scene Investigation. If you'd like to get your track in front of our panel, it's an easy thing to do. Go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. Click on the Submit a Song button at the top of the page. Follow the rules on this, guys and gals. I can't stress that enough. It's got to be radio-friendly, under 5 minutes long. Those are the most important things, but read all of them. And As long as you adhere to those rules, we'll get your song in front of our panel. It's the way we do things around here. Let's now go to listen to track number 2 on today's broadcast. So, gentlemen, here it is, track number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Enjoy it, everyone.
Man can't get respect unless he give respect. Consequently, man can't get respect unless he demand respect.
That is song number 2 on today's MSI as we go over to Tom Chianti first and find out what he thinks. Tommy, what do you think of track number 2? Oh, whoa, let me open your mic. Okay, no.
Oh, hello? Hello? I'm here, lady. This, again, like the first song, another mixer knows what he's doing. doing what he does best and laying down a good mix. The only difference is that this one managed to keep the different parts at the right levels to make everything flow, the track move. I really like the background choruses. The gentleman has a great voice for this, and there seems to be some attention about what was real and what isn't. Don't get caught in that trap, because you lose the interesting parts of the song by trying to figure what is what. Just if it sounds good, doesn't matter. Those horns were a little cheesy sounding. I will give you that. And the guy who mixed this obviously knows what he was doing. I'm surprised he didn't do something different with them to make them more interesting. And that's my only grief on it, is the mix is really good. You have two options. It's a great demo, and send it. Go for the biggest. Send it there. It's that good. Or master it and get an indie label to take it out. It's good. I really like it.
All right, Tommy, thank you very much. Now over to Mr. Mark Lamdanski, Worldwide Indie Radio. Let's find out what he thinks. Mark, what do you think?
I thought you were playing a trick on me at first when this song started. I thought I was about to hear a Howard Jones song from the 80s. That's really it's what it sounded like to me. If anybody goes back and listen to some old Howard Jones music back from the 80s, that was his thing. Synth, synth horns, synth everything. So the beginning had a very 80s feel to it. I'm like, oh, cool, Howard Jones. Wait a minute, Howard Jones on MSI? No, aside from that, I really enjoyed this song. The background vocals were awesome. Although I would like to know what it was they were singing. I don't know if anybody else was able to figure out what they were singing in the background. To me, it sounded like "Who's Your Ma?"
Yeah, it sounded like Ujima to me.
Yeah, it's like who's your mom?
Okay. Who's your mom? All right.
It's a combination of both you guys.
Yeah. I couldn't, if I had to guess what the title of the song was, I wouldn't be able to do it, because I just was so focused on trying to figure out what the background vocalists were trying to say. I just lost sight of what the lead singer was singing. I do know he had a good voice, and I love the way the whole thing sounds. And again, another great song. It's going to be a tough one, I can see today, Rich. It's going to be tough to decide.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I think it's going to be a tough one today. And before we do that, I want to find out what Tommy has to say. I think I started with Tommy. I got to go to Ian. I'm sorry, Ian. What do you think of this track?
Well, cut his mic off first.
Ujima. Ujima was the concept that formed the basis of Julius Nyere's social and economic development policies in Tanzania after it gained independence from Britain in 1961.
It's also the third day of Kwanza.
Yes, it is. The 7 principles of the African-American celebration of Kwanza. Has the meaning of unity, oneness, uniting with your countrymen as one extended family. There you go.
I thought it was the faith of Yeshua.
So I'm guessing that's where we were with this track anyway. I mean, yes, this is a good song. I am going to get caught up in that thing about the MIDI sound. That horn sound. Someone said it in chat, and I think I agree with him really, really, very well. If you're going to use sounds like that in the mix, they don't sound too bad, but as solo instruments, they really stick out. And I would have either, paid some real horn players. A track this good deserves some real horn players, or I would have brought them horns in and done the intro in a way that sounded a bit better, because, I really wasn't expecting what we got with that sort of MIDI horn sound at the start there, and was pleasantly surprised when the track did come in. I mean, the guy has got a great voice. Again, the mix is pretty solid and pretty well balanced. It ebbs and flows nicely. It's got a great feel. If the drums were programmed, as we also discussed in chat, I really didn't mind that at all. They sounded great, and they worked within the context of the song. Like the MIDI horns do when the mix gets going and everything else comes in around them, they actually sit quite well. But yeah, that intro was the thing that did bug me. I would like to hear that reworked. Come on, you've got a great track here. Find some horn players, even if it's one or two. you know, a trumpet player and a trombonist or something like that. You can layer up and get you that nice sort of big sound. The track deserves it, in my opinion.
All right, Ian, thank you for your thoughts as well. The name of this track, as you may have guessed or not, after Ian's tutorial here, is actually Ujima, and it is by a group called the Kwanza Project, and we appreciate their sending that track in to Music Scene Investigation as well. Thanks, guys.
I was bang on.
You were absolutely right on the mark.
Surprised even myself.
Well, let's see if we can surprise everybody on board today with song number 3 on today's MSI. So here is everybody, song number 3. Enjoy it.
Get up every single day. I walk the line, pressure's building on me. In the past I've been uninclined to change everything or risk losing my mind. My breath is wasted and I gotta read the signs. Am I wasting all my time? I'm doing this. I'm getting
That is song number 3 on the broadcast today. So let's start with Mark Lamdanski. Find out what he thinks. Mark, track number 3 over to you, sir.
All right. This song, I'm listening. I'm watching what Walt is saying in the chat room, and I saw what you said as well. And okay, I can see maybe they're coming from a different angle. Maybe they meant to make it sound the way it sounds. But if even if that's the way it's meant to sound, that's not my taste. I don't like the way they made it sound. It's very tinny. It's very too much high end in my headphones, and I know that I have my headphones don't hear a lot of the low ends very well, but this one really was killing me, for lack of a better term. I think the whole song had maybe 3 chords in the entire song, so it was very monotone to me. I do like the slide guitar. I did like that part of it. But after a while, I kind of lost interest in the song. It just was very repetitive. It was kind of droning on to me, I guess. And I hate to say things like that about music, but I gotta be honest. It was not. I wasn't a big fan of it.
All right. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mark, and we'll find out what Ian's honesty says about it right now. Ian?
You like my honesty.
Absolutely. Everybody does, right?
I said in the chat.
And you like my being cynical, too, so it's all good.
I do cynical much better than you. Anyway, let's not have this row now. It's music review show. Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this guy's listened to a lot of Bernard Butler records and sort of has only listened to the first couple of minutes and missed that crescendo ending. Because there's a lot of stuff being here reminiscent of some of Bernard Butler's sort of more atmospheric, acoustic-based stuff, and there's some really nice stuff going on here. Some of the sort of reverbs he's using, just give it a really nice quality. Did feel that everything was competing for space in the mix. It seems like everything had been turned up to 11, and the sort of vocal had been plonked on top, and it was, as long as you could hear everything as loud as possible, that was great. The kick drum was thudding. It quite had a nasty edge to it somewhere. The bass was just trying to compete with that. And then the acoustic guitar was rammed up left and right and pushed in your face as well. And the vocals sort of sat there. You could hear what he was saying, but, I wanted to hear it a bit more. And then there was a huge lack of backing vocals. I mean, I would have expected some backing vocals. And that's when that second verse came in, a backing vocal, a third harmony, a fifth harmony, something like that, just to sort of bring the track up a bit and start to build it gradually. And then as the song went through, Tom's going to go, oh, always guitars. But, this did need some underlaying, big power chords, overdrivens, just sitting underneath that mix, just as that sort of second part or a part of the arrangement came in, the sort of that chorus, boost that song. And then it needed to start to change chords and go somewhere. It didn't. It just sat on that same strumming acoustic, sort of going around the same pattern constantly with little things changing here and there to give it an element of dynamics. But, I think it would benefit from a big chord change in there on that. Lift the chorus, more backing vocals, overdriven guitar sitting underneath. I think this guy's got a grasp on what he's doing. He's getting a pretty good sound, even if it is a bit in your face. For an acoustic stuff, should be more gentler on the mix, in my opinion. And he's got an idea of melody and lyrics and movement in the arrangement a little bit from that point of view, but it needs to be less repetitive and a bit more interesting to listen to. It does get a bit boring.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Ian. And let's go over to Mr. Tom Chiandi, find out what he thinks. Tommy?
So, you happy now, Ian?
No.
Okay. I agree a lot with what Ian says. It's a problem is there is nothing in the upper mids or lower mids. You could do it with guitars. I was thinking organs, piano, some different type of instruments, but the redundancy is even the same instruments play different parts, but always in the same order. That slide guitar sound was very, very, I think, obtrusive. It should have been smoothed out, maybe a different reverb or a little chorusing. Or was the banjo I'm thinking about, one of the others. That's what I mean. It's like so redundant, it's hard to remember pieces without remembering the singer. Definitely need, like Ian said in the second verse, it should have come in with a simple harmony. And then that's when the chorus should have opened up and things should have gotten moved. Mix-wise, though, compared to what we have been listening to, this sounds small. And it's because, like I said, there's nothing in the upper lows, lower mids to give it that foundation that Ian is talking about, to stop the kick. And I forget what other instrument, the bass. Stop them from fighting for the same space. Because something's got to be on the bottom, and you've got to make a choice. You could do some fancy compression, so every time the kick hits, the bass gets compressed, or vice versa. Yeah, he's definitely got something here. He's got to alter the song structure. Build it up, let it go, and go with it. Like Ian said, let it go someplace, and hopefully find its home.
All right, Tommy, I appreciate your thoughts as well. The name of track number 3, well, it's called My Life Is Mine. It's by a group called Art of Collusion, and we appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation as well. Now, before we get to our song selection of the week, I want to remind you that the selectee will also be appearing with our month selectees from August in our hit list, which is sponsored by Landr.com. Landr.com is an easy way to get your music mastered. Go to Landr.com, find out how. You can actually master as many MP3s, get MP3s back, mastered MP3s from them as you'd like for nothing, for free. It's very cool, and you can find out more at Landr.com. And we'll soon have some more information on our website and a way you might be able to get a little bit more than just free mastered MP3s. Again, that's Landr.com. We appreciate their sponsoring the hit list. And we will be having a hit list this coming Wednesday, the 13th of August. Join us as we select a band of the month from our song selectees from July. And that should be a good time. I'm looking forward to doing that. Now, gentlemen, I have to turn everything over to you to find out what your selection is for Song of the Week. So without any further ado, I will turn the floor over to you guys to discuss it, fight it out, or whatever you want to do to make a selection.
2.
That was quick, Tommy.
Yeah, I've been very decisive. I've seen the face of God and not liked it.
Okay.
You got to get your decision out there before something happens.
Yeah. Well,
All right. I'm going to go with number 1.
Here he goes again.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't have many issues at all with number 1, whereas that horn intro for me was really quite jarring on that second track. So I'm going to stick with that and go with number 1.
All right,
Great,
Mark.
great.
It's up
So
to you.
it comes down to
Yeah.
me. All right. I've been going back and forth. Yeah, I think the horn. I admit, the horn sent at the very beginning of the song was a little on the annoying side, considering it's not 1983 anymore. But take that out. Take that one little mistake out, and I think it's a good, full, complete song, and I enjoyed it the most of the three. So I'm actually going to go with number 2.
You're a man, Mark. You're a true man.
All right, well, there you have it. A split decision it was, but song number 2 from the Kwanza project, Ujima, is going to be our song of the week. Of course, we want to know what you have to say about the music you hear on MSI. So be a witness. Go to musicsceneinvestigation.com/witness. Fill out the witness statement, and we'll bring you the results next week. Find out how you think our panel did, basically, is what it all comes down to, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
It really is. All right, Mark Lamdanski, thank you so much for being with us, and we appreciate it, man. We really do. We love having you on the broadcast.
Always a pleasure. It's going to be great to be back again in the future. Glad that Tommy's back. Tom,
Thank you.
stay healthy.
I will try. I'll let you be my idol of health.
Why do you think I chose song number 2 today?
Tommy has a way with words. There is no doubt about it. I want to thank everybody else for being here today as well. Of course, we'd like for you to join us on Wednesday for our hit list. That's at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. Same bat channel, same, whatever. And, of course, next Sunday, we'll have another hit list or another MSI 3 new songs all over again. We'll have a new guest panelist as well. And I'm going to ask Ian to give you the down and dirty on that. Ian?
It's Mr. John Hodgson.
From GeForce Software.
Yes, and Omnisphere and loads of other stuff that he's worked on.
Excellent. Well, looking forward to talking with John again. Hopefully we'll see you back here next Sunday. Right now, however, we're going to play out with the Song of the Week by Kwanza Project. It's called Ujima right here on Music Scene Investigation. Thanks for being with us, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Man can't get respect unless he give respect. Consequently, man can't get respect unless he demand respect. That are my protection side.